My name is Amanda Ellison, and I did my paper on bullying. Bullying is not a new concept. It is not a new behavior, nor can it be treated as one. It has been around since the beginning of time. Since cavemen walked the earth, bullying has been quite present. In the current generation, it has become most vicious and has progressed greatly with the use of technology. The reason bullying is not new is because we are human. This is the way we were built, and this is the way we have taught our young. The most basic human instinct that all people are given from birth is the desire and the need to survive. There are limited natural resources on this planet, and it is the human instinct to compete and to gain those resources. This basic instinct has created the need for man to compete and to be the best. That is just basic human behavior that dates back to cavemen. Although man has evolved, the desire to be the best has not faltered. This behavior has poured over into education, society, and economy alike. There are many cultures that have put less of an emphasis on this behavior than others. The U.S., for instance, has become a country that thrives on the idea that success and wealth are a match. The U.S. has become a nation where, although unintentional, bullying has become a necessary tactic of survival that has captivated our young. From the moment a child walks through the double doors of their first year in grade school, they have been given the mindset to succeed and be the very best. They are taught to work really hard, answer questions before other children, and outshine other students. This develops into a learned behavior of getting ahead no matter what. This may include pressuring other students for answers, lying, and even cheating. The need and desire to outrank other children is one that has been taught to children. Through mimicking their parents to flat-out demands from parents to be the very best, children are taught to be bullies or be bullied. Once a child understands the effectiveness of using others to get ahead and being able to take less responsibility for their own actions and behavior, a bully has been created. With technological advancements society has made, it is safe to assume that other things have progressed as well. Our society now recognizes a new and very big problem: cyberbullying. Cyberbullying is the use of the internet and related technologies to harm other people in a deliberate, repeated, and hostile manner. This differs from traditional bullying because the bully is now capable of hiding behind a computer to bully another person. With technological advances changing every day, it has now become quite common for bullying to take place online. Children who have access to the internet have now become bolder and braver and feel as though they can bully others online, whereas they typically would not be so quick to do so in person. The internet has given people the freedom to feel more in control and feel as though there are fewer consequences attributed to cyberbullying. Children believe that they won't get in trouble if they bully another child online because their parents won't find out. There's a certain disconnect when they bully online. They don't have to see the physical reaction a child has on being bullied when they aren't standing face to face. Anonymity is also a huge factor when it comes to cyberbullying. Children can bully each other without ever revealing their identities to other children. They feel more powerful by doing this, as though they are holding something over the other child's head. The bullied child goes to school not knowing who is harassing them, and it makes for an extremely distracting, nerve-wracking day, week, month at school. Furthermore, they have uncovered what types of technology children mostly use to bully each other. This found that cell phones were the most prevalent in cyberbullying. Also, they found that gender roles and bullying were factors as well. It is interesting to know that females are much more likely to bully one of their peers than males. It seems that though when fists are taken out of the equation, males aren't the meanest kids in the schools anymore, and females are much more likely to be hurtful and vengeful and simply mean. Overall, it is quite clear that boys and girls alike are much more likely to take a strike at someone over the internet or other forms of technology. In the past few years, victims of cyberbullying have plastered our TV screens and created uproar in our society for someone to do something about it. An instance of fatal cyberbullying that has stuck out in recent years is the story of Ryan Halligan. Ryan Halligan was a sweet and loving little boy, By the time he reached kindergarten, it was obvious to his parents that he was a little slower than the other children his age. From kindergarten to 4th grade, Ryan took special education classes to help him stay on the same level as his peers. Ryan had to work much harder at schoolwork and homework, and it was exceedingly difficult for him. Once he reached the 5th grade, his assessment scores showed that Ryan was caught up enough to join classes with his peers. It didn't take long for his fellow students to begin bullying him for his inabilities. With his parents' help, Ryan was able to move past the bullying and get through 5th grade and even most of 6th grade. By 7th grade, the bullying had started again by the same group of friends. Ryan begged to learn how to protect himself just like the Karate Kid. His parents agreed, but only to protect himself and never to start a fight. One day, Ryan was faced with that very day and was able to hold his own. He began getting the respect he felt he deserved. He began making friends and began online chatting, and his parents were extremely relieved. And then one day, Ryan took his own life. His parents were shocked. Ryan's dad began digging into his online accounts only to find that the same bullies were at it again, and he was the center of everyone's ridicule. He no longer could take what his peers were doing and ended his life. Due to Ryan's online chatting and communication, his parents became blind to the bullying Ryan was undertaking. He was now able to hide what his peers were doing to him on the computer because they weren't physically hurting him. Ridicule, lies, and harassing comments are one click away when you are behind a computer. He could no longer hide from his peers, and he was too naive on the other side of his keyboard to realize that they were taunting him rather than being his friend. Cyberbullying has created a huge obstacle for parents to hurdle around, and Ryan's parents are a prime example of how cyberbullying can ruin lives. So how do we fix bullying? A prevention plan would work. Prevention is the key to ending all bullying. There have been so many failures that prevention seems to be the only option anymore. Bullying is a serious problem in our society. It has created monsters and grieving parents alike. There must be a way for American children to become more gracious and kind human beings. If bullying doesn't change or let up, there will be a lot more deaths for society to grieve over. Whether it's traditional bullying or cyberbullying, it's hurtful and mean, and all the lives lost have not been worth the tears we have shed for our youth.